Hello people and welcome back. It is late, it is 1 a.m. but I just can't get to sleep. So I'm just gonna play one quick Rifty and then maybe try and hit the hay after that. But before I do, today there was someone who had left a comment on one of my videos suggesting something that I was planning on trying if I ever got the right setup for it. This weapon here, they made a change to it this season. Slaying enemies engulfs the wielder into a frenzy. So the person suggested that I put this in my cube or whatever and use it along with Dagger of Darts. And that is something that I had thought about trying because I noticed that a lot of builds do it. Well, first of all, let's take a look at exactly what the Echoing Fury does. Slaying enemies and frenzy. Okay, killing enemies increases your attack speed by 15%. Movement speed by 5%, stacking up to 5 times. So if you've got all of your stacks, if you got all 5 stacks, your attack speed will be 75%, movement speed 25%. I do wish it said how long it lasted. A lot of times things like this only last 3-4 seconds. I haven't actually tried it yet, so I should actually go try it right now, just to see. In fact, let me go out here and see how long this lasts. Just slay some zombies out here, see how long those stacks last for.
Let us hurry. It is not too late to save this town.
Yeah, 5 seconds. Yeah, so you can definitely see the
My curse upon you.
Alright. So yeah, it looks like it lasts 5 seconds. So as long as you can keep killing an enemy every 5 seconds, you're going to get that bonus. But I did have a couple of issues with it. Some just personally with me, and then others with the mechanic itself. On the highest level rifts, the highest level one I've done is 105, I believe, 105, 106. I don't know that I can get that many kills that fast, because even the lowest level creatures take a little while to kill. And also, this would have virtually no effect on a Rift Guardian. Unless if it's a Rift Guardian that summons up creatures that you can kind of kill while you're attacking the Rift Guardian. And so, I'm kind of worried that the mechanic, the frenzy, I won't see that much of it. You know, I may not get, all 5 stacks. If I could always have, let's say it was attacking engulfs the wielder in a frenzy, then that might be worth it, because then I don't have to actually kill the enemy. I can just attack and get some sort of a bonus to my attack speed. But because I have to actually kill the enemies, I'm worried that I'm never actually going to see the increase, or at least not going to see 5 stacks on there. Especially, like I said, especially against the smaller guys. But then if you go up against an elite, well, obviously with the elite, unless if it's like an illusionist, probably not going to be slaying very many enemies at all unless they just happen to be killed in the crossfire while you're attacking the elite. So that was kind of one issue that I'm kind of worried about, you know, with the idea of using this. But secondly, I don't have an ancient legendary version of Echoing Fury, and this dagger of darts, while it's ancient legendary, it's somewhat on the low end as far as that damage goes. Because the damage can go for anywhere from 400 to 500% bonus damage to my darts. It's at 434. Now in the cube, when it's in the cube, it's 500%. So let's say I put this in my cube, which I could do, and I wield this. Then I'm going from 500% damage bonus. Oh, come on. Shut up. I'm trying to listen to you. So I'd be going from 500% bonus damage down to 434. Would that decrease in damage be made up for with this mechanic? The extra attack speed? See, I don't know. In the lower level rifts, yeah, it probably would be because I'm slaying enemies all the time, so I'm probably always going to be at 5 stacks, you know, or especially except at the beginning of maybe battles or if there's a large space in between enemies. But for the most part, yeah. But in the greater rifts, especially in the high end ones, 106, 107, and so forth, I just don't know if I'm going to see. I don't know how many stacks I'm going to see, you know. So the other option might be, okay, if I were to get an ancient legendary version of this, then I could keep this in my cube and use this. You know, if I were to get, in fact, I don't. Let me just make sure. I'm pretty sure I do not have one. Let me just check my other area. Maybe I do. I don't know. No, see, I don't have an ancient legendary version of it. But it's also a bit slower, so this is 1.26 attacks per second. This is 1.4. See, in this here, this is regular legendary. This is regular legendary. Because it's such a slow attack speed, it's doing a bit less damage. Well, actually maybe a bit more base damage anyways. So maybe that mechanic would make up for it a little bit. I really don't know. I would have, something I'd have to test. But the other reason why haven't been doing it is because these two together, this gives me 6% damage reduction for each stack of Soul Harvest I have. Normally you get 5 with Soul Harvest, but with this one it can now stack up to 10 times. So I'm going from a 30% damage reduction to a 60% damage reduction when I use these together. If instead I were to have one of these here, instead of 60% damage reduction, I'm only getting 30% damage reduction. So I'm going to be losing 30% damage reduction. And so I'm kind of worried about that, in that, am I just going to be dying all the time? Or like one of the other things that was happening, especially when I was doing that last greater rift, 105 or 106, my highest level, whichever one it was, I had to run for my life a lot because I'm taking so much damage that I have to dart from here to there in order to avoid dying. And every moment that I'm spending running is a moment that I'm not attacking. So okay, maybe I've got extra attack speed, but if I'm running, then that's useless because I'm not attacking with it. So I've been wanting to try it, but I think before I would even consider using it, I would have to get a really good version, probably of this, to wield Like I said, the base damage is a little bit higher on this. But I'm going from that 500% down to 434. So I really want a better version of this first. If we take this out. See now, the base damage is higher, but it's only going to go up 5%. I'm only going to get a 0.5%, 0.5% increase to damage, but I'm going to be losing that, what is it, 66%. I'll be doing 66 less percent damage with my poison dart. So I don't know. I mean, I might like to try it someday if I were to get a good version of it, but for now, I think I just want to stick with the higher damage reduction and wait until I get a better version of one of these two. It'll be worth trying. And the other ones that I do also want to try, if I can get a good version of them, I would like to have tried this again. I haven't found an ancient legendary version of it. Be an extra 30% damage reduction. But it's the flavor of time. Do I even have an ancient legendary version of it? I don't even have an ancient legendary version of it. I'd like to try it. I'm a little leery about it because I hate the idea of my success or failure being based upon the map. You know, if you get a good map with a bunch of good shrines, okay, this is going to come in handy. But if you don't, then this is a waste, and the ability there is useless. And I encounter enough creatures with poison that this seems to help almost every time, preventing all poison damage. And plus there's 3 or 4 Rift Guardians that are poison based that I can just sit there and waylay at because I'm immune to their poison attacks. This is another one I would like to have tried, but I gotta get one with better defense. It's one I used last season, I mean. And even this one might not be so bad, but that extra 50% damage, I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can take that. But even that, I don't have an ancient legendary version of it anyways. So there's definitely other things I would like to try. I'm sorry, I do have this. And it actually looks like it would do a little more damage. Base damage. I'm going to be losing percentage to life, but I'm going to be gaining that 20% damage reduction, 27% damage reduction. I just have to switch out that increased mana regeneration for poison dart, and that's always tricky because these things have so many possible abilities in them, possible choices, that you burn through a lot of forgotten souls, if I remember from last time. Look at all these. The one that I'm looking for is poison dart or fetish army. So every time I switch this out, I gotta hope that it's gonna go to fetish army, and I gotta hope that it's gonna be a high amount on the fetish army, because I'm gonna be giving up 20% damage to fetish army from here. Okay, or poison dart. So actually I get 2 chances. I can either go poison dart or fetish army. But still, either way, it's I'm gonna burn through a lot of these forgotten souls. Probably gonna have to use about 50 of them just for it to even land on that first one. So all in all, yeah, I was thinking of trying this one. too. But I don't know, 30% damage reduction from melee attacks might be better. So that's my thoughts on that. I will at some point I will at least try it. I will at least try put this in my cube and then wield this and see. I don't know. Just see how well it works. I just don't think I'm gonna see. I can't imagine myself ever seeing 5 stacks on a level 106 Greater Rift. I mean, unless if there's a huge number of creatures, let's say right here, and I kill them all at the same time, more or less. Okay, then maybe I'll see that 5 stacks. But so remember, it's not based upon attacking; it's based upon killing. So. And it won't be any help against the Rift Guardian, most likely. Alright, so that being said, I'm just going to do, I think, just 1 Greater Rift. Maybe go 2, see how sleepy I feel. Does she have her weird word? Yes, she does. Alright, let's give it a shot.
Done.
Prove yourself worthy of your birthright.
Usually a pretty good map here.
Strike at your heart. Need more time. Needs more time. Die.
Where's the other one? Ah, he's way down here. Don't miss.
You die. Die.
That map is usually pretty favorable for me. This one's usually pretty good too.
The truth binds you. Strike at your heart. Cast on you. Needs more time. Aid me. Not ready yet. More time. I strike at your heart.
Oh! Stacks.
Not ready yet.
If I just... Oh, waste of a power shrine.
Strike at your heart.
You know, here on these maps, I can probably keep that 5 stacks for a good portion of the area, but
The Rift Guardian is here.
see, but in that battle right there, that Echoing Fury wouldn't help me at all. You know, except maybe once in a great while when I kill one of those guys, then I'm going to get a little bit of bonus to my attack speed, but...
My name is Ash, and like Ulrich.
So with those factors, plus losing 30% damage reduction, plus the fact that I don't yet have a really good Dagger of Darts or Echoing Fury, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like it's the right time to do it for me.
I am returning to town.
Your valor is unsurpassed.
Maybe by the time I get all of those legendary gems leveled up, I'll have found a new one by then.
Fate smiles on you today. What a steal.
I cannot afford that.
Maybe I'll get a Primal one. Do you, Dobu? And so to offset the loss of the damage reduction from this, maybe I could switch out my yellow gems for purple gems, switch my Paragon points over, just to kind of get some of that toughness back that I'm going to lose from not having 10 stacks, only having 5 stacks. Try something like that. That's probably the best place to do it. Alrighty. I'm gonna go try and hit the hay, get up for work in the morning. I just want to try and wear myself out a little bit so I can go to sleep. Okay, I will see you all next time. Okay, bye people.